Wow. Thank you for joining. Okay. Thank you, Masejo. Thank you, Teddy. Thank you, Masetla. Wow, you guys are on time. I like it. Beautiful. Mulatelo, my baby girl. Awesome. Thank you so much. You guys are just on time. Oh, my favorite person as well is in the show. Calvin Katlachine. I'm excited. Yo, how the legends did it mo show nyanong waiting. Hotlona hectic. Hello legends, hello champs, hellos. Thank you so much guys for joining. Thank you so much for being on time. Wow. Thank you. Who else has joined in? Komoto, thank you so much, Komoto, for joining. Thank you so much. Okay, I'm also streaming on YouTube, so don't mind me. I'm just looking that way. Thank you, Lebkhang Bito, for joining. Thank you, guys. So, should we get started? Hey, Manja. Hello, darling. It's been a while. Awesome. Thank you, guys, for joining. Thank you. All right. Because of time, I'm not going to waste any further of your time because obviously get data. Marabadi 15 bakhotsi maybe batlale zamanyana ka more data. All right, I'm just kidding there. All right, so we're gonna start the show. Let's roll, baby. Let's roll. I like that. All right, so I invited you guys on this show mainly because it's something that is pretty new. Something that you're probably wondering, okay, I've been seeing this one woman show, what is it all about? All right, but before, hello Fono, thank you for joining. Hello Calvin. Hi everyone, and everyone else will still join. I think I should get to the point because if I check your names and start greeting, hey, well, I get distracted when I do that. But I'm so excited. Thank you guys for joining. I think I will begin by saying that, Maya Angelou, the late Maya Angelou once said, people will forget what you've said, but they will never. Thank you guys for joining. Tepi, Jimmy, thank you so much. So the late Maya Angelou said, people will forget what you say, but people will never forget how you made them feel. So what that means is that, often you get to meet people get to say a lot of things, and then you come across a whole lot of conversations, but you can't remember everything. And sometimes, thank you, Nana, for joining. Thank you, my friend. Hello. So often enough, it's difficult for you to capture everything. But it's different when someone touches your life or touches you in a big way. So what do I mean by that? What I mean is when someone says something that relates to you or something that can benefit you or something that can transform and empower you, that is something that is unforgettable. So it's not easy for you to forget such. That's why I'm even quoting, the late Maya Angelou, because who can forget Maya Angelou? Network is not good, but I'll continue watching. It's okay, my darling. If it's not working, you can still catch the video once it's published, so it's okay. But thank you so much for joining. Thank you, Tabo, for joining. All right, so One Woman Show. So you're probably wondering, what is this One Woman Show? But before anything else, thank you, my author, for joining, Malebu. Thank you very much. So you're probably wondering, what is this One Woman Show all about? But before I do that, majority of you who are joined in now, you know a bit about me, you know my background, you know what I'm about. But often enough, people get confused about who Ntabi is. So last week I had an interview with Mogete at Tshwane FM. So one of the biggest things that he mentioned was, okay, so some people know you as Ubabe Summer Pet, some people know you as, Ntabi the designer and everything. So just explain, are you still doing that and all that? So meaning sometimes, there's what we call an issue of focusing on probably one thing, because sometimes people get confused exactly what do you do. So you're a speaker, you're a motivator, you are a designer, you are an entrepreneur. What are you? But now with me, I just want to break down a little bit. I'm not going to give away too much because I want you to come to the Saturday event so that you can experience this. So I'm going to break down, what my purpose was for me to be, all right, to be not a problem, for me to be where I am at this point and why I do all the things that I do. So one may ask, okay, how do you define yourself? How do you explain, or sell yourself, So obviously, Ntabi is a public speaker. Ntabi is an entrepreneur, and she's a designer as well. So those are the three main things that I'm all about. So when I began, I used to consider myself to be a motivational speaker. And later on, I realized, but I don't, when you consider yourself a motivational speaker, you mainly focus on certain topics. So it kind of limits you in everything. So I realized that I'm actually more of in a broader space. As time progressed, I was in a broader space where I don't just focus on just motivation, but I do business talks and, engage with businesses as well. And I also gave, some corporate talks at some point in my time. So I kind of had to channel myself and, following people like Vusita Megwayo, for example, you would, somehow get a balance of, okay, so this is the direction that others are taking, and then you get to identify who you are and what you're about. So when I initially started, IL Designs was discovered just after Real Talk with Ntabi Foundation. And my whole purpose was Real Talk with Ntabi Foundation. Actually, before the foundation, Real Talk with Ntabi as the motivation and the public speaking. The aim was for it to market IL Designs. IL Designs, which is my design company where I do branding, web design and development and all of that. So the whole purpose was for it to market my business. So, why am I saying all of this? I'm trying to kind of make you realize that there's a huge link on each and everything that I do. And there shouldn't even be a confusion because all of these things, they link and they are related. So, and then later on, I actually not later, last year, and we've got Maseko here who is joining in, who was one of the speakers from last year when we launched Entrepreneur Puzzle. Thank you, Spoo, for joining. Warabile, thank you for joining. So when we launched Entrepreneur Puzzle last year, so I actually thought about that. And why did I think of Entrepreneur Puzzle? So you're probably wondering, what is Entrepreneur Puzzle? So to start with, Entrepreneur Puzzle, the word puzzle itself it talks about things that you need to put together. So in your life, whether you are a business person, whether you're a brand and you want to actually elevate yourself, there is a puzzle that is mixed up that you have to put together one way or the other. And you cannot, thank you Clive, thank you Kagiso, and you cannot deny the fact that those puzzles needs to be put together. So hence Entrepreneur Puzzle. And what are those puzzles? The puzzles that are there is, first of all, information. First of all, your purpose. First of all, what is your goal? What are you passionate about? And the biggest of them all is, what is it that you're solving? Because, especially as an entrepreneur, often enough I was chatting with during my interview with Mokete. I'm mentioning this because it was last week, so I want to reference to that. what I said was, often enough people get into business just because I see, Masego, I see Malebo, I see Malatelo starting a business and selling branded t-shirts, for example, or whatever. So what happens is that I see that, okay, their company is doing great. They're actually making sales and everything. And then I look at that and say, you know what? This is actually a quick business. I can actually do that. And because you see it growing, you look at it on the other side and say, this is actually easy. I can just post the t-shirt online and then go and print those t-shirts. And then after that, someone is going to buy and the business is going to grow. And it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that, because a person who initially started the business knew the whole purpose of starting that business. So if you're not sure about the purpose that you have and the problem that you want to solve, then you have a big problem. So always ask yourself, what is it that you're trying to solve in the business? So with my business as a designer, what I wanted to solve was the branding side of things, especially with businesses. And then I identified my target. And my target was obviously not necessarily small. When I began, I was mainly focusing on startups. And there's nothing wrong. Sometimes they say you limit yourself when you say, it might look easy from a distance. It's not easy. It might look easy from a distance. Most definitely, Masego, it does look easy when you're on the other side. Guys, you're welcome to engage, to comment, ask questions, and then we can engage, and all that. Thank you, Botle, my coach, for joining. So just to go back to what Masego is saying, it might look easy from the other side when you are not doing something. I mean, I'll make an example with myself. Many times people would see me with my branded company attire, or seeing me posting about my business, talking about celebrating the 5-year anniversary that I'm celebrating this year. And then they think, hey, the girl is making money, she's rolling and everything. But they don't understand what goes behind the work that we do. I would sleep at 3 a.m. in the morning, having to work on client stuff. And then when you see all the beautiful designs and all that, you're thinking, oh, wow, Ntabi is great. Her work is great. When you say, okay, design a banner, design a poster and everything, you see it looks wow. There's a lot that goes into that. You firstly need to think of visualize how your target audience will get attracted to your design. It's similarly to any field that you might be in, whatever field, whether you are a business owner or whether you are a brand or even working for a company. Before you do any task that you assigned to, you always have to visualize what's going to be the outcome, what are you trying to solve. Always remember that you have to solve something. So on this point, I think something that you can take with you is that it's a question of whatever that you're doing, what is it that you're solving? What are you solving? So I'm just taking notes so that it becomes clear on what we're engaging about and everything. So yeah. So moving on. So you shouldn't look at other people's businesses as a way of saying, hey, this could actually be a solution for me. So let me take you back a little bit about who I am, where I come from. So I grew up, in a home where I won't say we went hungry, but it was, we had a little bit of a disadvantage on a lot of things. And, growing up, coming from a village where, other people look at you and they like, where does she think she'll end up? But luckily for me, I wasn't that kind of girl who would allow people to bring me down. So ke papa in a good way, because I even joined the debating team. I was active at school, so it didn't really affect me. But because you come from a village, you always, there was always that stigma of, you know what, she won't go anywhere and everything. So like I said, I grew up in a shack, and soon, obviously I'm sharing this, but let me not share too much. Yeah, so I grew up in a shack, and at some point I used to be ashamed of where I came from, where it got to a point where at times I would even be ashamed to tell my classmates, my schoolmates, where I stayed. And I remember I once lied about where I stayed, and there's a big house next door to my house. And so I used to say, no, that's my home right there, but of which I lied. And obviously, as a young girl, when you grow up and everything, you start realizing a lot of things. At the time, there's a bit of peer pressure, and you feel like, wow, but I wish I could have certain things. And it's okay to wish to have all the great things. But the truth is, some battles are not yours. I'm 32 years today, but, a young girl who was 15, 17 years old back then, she didn't really, know much or understand much. I grew up, and then I was angry at my parents at some point, like, why don't they have a house? That point when you wish you could actually uthule le bota and utlwe botlhoko ba le bota, instead ke tla be ke thula le senke. I don't know, it probably doesn't make sense, but it was something that I wished for, but later on I realized, but like, this is not my problem. Why am I stressing about the problem that is not mine? And why am I stressing about something that I cannot control? Because there's someone who does not even have a house at all. Someone who doesn't have shelter at all. But I wake up every day from that shack, and I bath, I look good in my uniform, and I go to school, I smell good, and I go to school clean and all that. What was the problem? I ate breakfast, or I got money for lunch, even though other times were bad where I didn't have lunch. Like, I would literally have 2 rand. That 2 rand, I would save it to buy a loaf of bread, yako boxer, because it was 1.99. And I would walk, because actually you use a bus ticket. We used to use bus tickets. So I would take that bus ticket. Obviously, it will be maybe for a month. So the bus would drop us at school. So after school, it's either the bus left at a certain time, maybe kabuma 2:15 or 2:45. So if you leave a bit later, chances are you'll see ya. So many times I had to walk to town so that I can catch a bus that will take me home to my village. So it wasn't an easy thing. You walk miles, and then lunch, you didn't have lunch. You have this 2 rand, and then you don't want to buy mazemba ko skolong because it's 2 rand. It will probably, get la khona go reka borotho. And I would go to town, and then go boxer, and borotho ba teng bone bonna fresh all the time. And then catch the 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock bus, depending what time I get to town as I was walking. So I would buy the bread, put the bread inside my backpack, and I would sit at the back of the bus, and I would continue just eating that bread because it's fresh. If I'm lucky, can I lay 1 rand ke reka guava juice, and then by the time I get home, sometimes because bomonate bo fresh and all that. So I used to embrace those things, but like, what I'm trying to say is, at times you take decisions based on the fact that when you have disadvantages, or you've got mathata ko morago, but now, and you're doing things because you want money, or you are struggling and everything. Yes, it's good. It's good to say, you know what, I want to get into business. I used to sell sweets. I used to sell Avon products, and on the next, because I think our time is limited, but I think I can continue a little bit just to share more. You need to realize, as much as you're struggling and everything. Actually, let me just say this first. A person who is going through a lot in life, who is struggling in terms of maybe helping at home and everything, will do just about anything to make sure that they have money. They will try any type of business just to get money, But this now is different if you want to invest in a business where it's long term and all that. Because often the quick cash that we keep wanting to run to, sometimes it helps us, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes you'll say, you know what, I wake up every day, I go to work, the salary that they pay me is not enough. So maybe I should just start a business. Great, fine. But why are you starting a business? Is it because of the circumstances that you are going through? Is it the fact that the work that you're in right now, you're probably not happy with your boss, with your manager, or your company, or whatever? Because sometimes, I remember I once attended an event, and this lady, I forgot her name, she said that, often people run away. For them to start a business, it's not like they actually want to actually start a business, but they're running away from the problems that they used to face or the problems that they had. So that's the problem right there, because you start making decisions because you are running away from something that it's there and it's not solved, and it's not going to help you in any way, because eventually it will catch up with you. So you need to decide whether you run away from things or you sort out your mess. It might not be your mess, but it might be something that you need to face head on. I had to face something head on recently. So recently what happened, we've got 8 minutes left, but because it's the first show, I can go on for those that can be joining. But thank you guys for joining in, everyone who's been joining. I really appreciate. Please share the video later and everything. And yeah, thank you so much. And I wish that you guys will come to the event on Saturday. I hope and I'm praying that you will. So you can just maybe comment or drop me a DM. Let's talk. There's still space. You can still attend. And by the way, the event is not just for ladies. It's both men and female. So I recently had to make a huge decision. So I have been working, like having a full-time job and also running my business on the side. And for about almost 5 months, that thing really affected me, because I would be working and then come back home and start, do whatever that I need to do in the house. And then after that, I would take my shower and then sit on the laptop, do my client stuff. Because remember that when you work for a company, you cannot be doing your own stuff at the company. That's their time, and you have to respect that. So obviously I cannot. But because I had this baby that I've got a vision for and a purpose for and a goal for, there's no way that I can neglect my child. So kaboma 12 I would be working, and then kaboma 3 I would sleep ka 3, having to wake up at 5 and go to work. What do? I consume energy drinks, I consume, all things, coffee, anything that will keep me awake. Other days I'm great, I'm productive and everything. Almost always I've been productive, but truth is, because I don't get enough sleep, the productivity that I even give is probably less compared to what I could be giving if I was, well rested and everything. And this goes for anything in your life. Like, you cannot deny yourself the rest. You cannot, thank you, Botle. You cannot deny yourself the opportunity to rest and listen to your body. And, and I'm glad that Botle is here. Botle is a fitness coach. Botle, does a lot of she's everything fitness, she lives fitness. And I like her a lot. I go to her events, I do a lot of her stuff, and she has programs that she's running. Anyway, so I even stopped going to gym. I stopped exercising. When I get home, I would have cereals. I would have a cereal at night, and my partner as well will probably have whatever that is there, or we would buy takeaways along the way, to a point where I even gained like so much weight, so much weight that I felt like, no, all this year, like from the beginning of the year, I was consistent with my exercise. I was running, my body was coming all right, but I stopped because that 5 months was just, I felt like it was just a waste, whatever that I did, because I think around September, October, July, August, when I did the fitness wellness, I was weighing 90. It was 89 point something, so it was already 90. So you can imagine, like, I felt like everything that I was doing was useless. So then what happened is that I went to my doctor, and then I complained about headache. At some point we thought it was migraine. It wasn't migraine, but it kept on going. Later on I went back, and then my doctor was like, "You're a healthy young woman, but according to the records, you've been healthy all this time. You're not taking good care of yourself." And then he gave me pills. I actually have them here in the house, but I don't want to disturb the video because it will mean I have to go look for them. But he gave me those pills, and what he said was, a person with depression can actually take these pills. So you need to start taking care of yourself. And that to me was a wake-up call. Why was it a wake-up call? I felt like, hey, so you are not taking care of yourself. The body that's supposed to to drive you to help you in each and every day of your life, you're not taking care of it. And that is a risk. And I used to get like burning sensation on my right side. Like this whole part, I would get burning sensations. And my doctor was like, yes, I actually asked, and my doctor was like, those are possibly symptoms of what do you call this? Of stroke. Imagine a 32-year-old having symptoms of stroke. So that to me was a wake-up call to say, hey girl, you need to do something, and you need to make a choice. Because I was even unhappy. When you're not doing something that you love the most, you start not being happy anymore. You don't enjoy being like, with me, those who know me, High Gift, those who know me will understand that I'm a fun person. I'm crazy like that. I love working out. I love dancing. Dancing is the favorite part. I wish I could do more stomach exercises than dancing so that I can get some six-pack. So that was a joke, by the way. But yeah, obviously, I do love that. And, when you're not doing things that you love, your mood even changes. So those people that know me as bubbly, even when I get to work, they're like, something is wrong with you. What's wrong? Like, I wasn't myself. So I had to make a decision, because chances are I was probably gonna lose my life. Look at who's that guy who used to act Ko Isibaya. He collapsed. Hi Katiso, hi Denny. Denny is my homeboy, by the way. Hala. So he collapsed at 36, and then he died. What happened? We're not sure what happened. So I had to think about that you know what, and as someone who is also looking back and helping my family, I'm busy overworking myself and not taking care of my health. Who's gonna help them tomorrow when I'm dead? I don't like talking about death, but it is what it is. If I die, what's going to happen? Because my health is not in check. And even me working so hard, wanting that money, chances are I'm going to be sick, and then I'll have to leave that money that I'm working hard for is probably going to have to pay my medical bills. So what I'm trying to say is that you can get a promotion tomorrow or next month. You will still want more money later. It will probably, maybe in the first month or two, you'll be like, no, this salary is great, I'm happy. But you will need more money, you'll want more money. So the truth is, we'll always want more in life. But we should not neglect the most important thing, and that is your health. So that's what happened to me. Until I got to decide that, you know what, one has got to fall. So I had to make a decision. I'm working for a company and I'm not happy, I'm not well, I'm not healthy. What is it that I have to do? I have to make a choice. So I chose to resign. Yes, I resigned from my company. It wasn't the easiest thing to do because, first of all, I'm a breadwinner at home. Well, my dad is still working as well. My mom obereka ko the kitchen. How much do you earn? It's not much. She can't. She's probably paying buying bus tickets so that, because it's expensive as well. So she doesn't do much. She'll probably have a few hundreds left, but it's not much. So I had to think hard about it. It wasn't an easy decision, and my sister, I'm helping her. She's still going to school, such things. I had to think and consider those things. And my younger brother as well, I want to see him, studying something, doing something for himself. I want to help. Like, I want. But now I forgot myself in the process to say, hey, you want to do this. Yes, it's great. You want to do this. But what about your health? What about your health? So I had to make a decision. It was the toughest decision. Trust me, it was the toughest, because even, my siblings were like, yo, like they were starting to get worried because they know I would not just leave or resign just like that. I would not. But it showed that I had reached that breaking point, because my life mattered at the moment. Because sometimes I would feel dizzy and I'm like, no, I can't do that. So yeah, with that said, I ended up resigning, and other people came to me, but Ntabi, or maybe there's someone who's watching right now and saying, Ntabi, you know what, I'm actually going through the same thing. I'm not happy with my job, or I feel like I'm overworked, or I want to, start something of my own and everything, but like I can't just leave. I've got bills to pay and everything. And my answer, it might not be a perfect answer, but what I can say is that until you like, if you haven't reached that breaking point, or that point where you are fed up, let me just say that, you will not resign. Because if you resign, or if you leave something that you've always wanted to leave, but when you are not ready, it will lead you to probably depression and everything, because you're going to end up doing something because, hey, I've got to do it, I want to do it, but you don't have a backup plan. My backup plan is my company at this point. Yes, it doesn't make money every day. As an entrepreneur, today you've got business, tomorrow there's no business. But I told myself one thing, that you know what, for as long as I have an opportunity to do my best and to work on my business, I'm gonna do it. And it takes me back to my motivation, or actually my famous quote, when I said that I have seen what hard work can do, and I know what more it can and will do. And I want to change that now. I want to change that quote. And I'll tell you why. It says, I have seen what hard work can do, and I know what more it can and will do. So this word hard work sometimes gets us confused, and it messes up with us, because you're thinking you have to work hard. So I'm a victim of my own quote that I've been practicing all these years of my life. So I've been saying, I've seen what hard work can do because I've been working hard. And it was good because it wasn't catching up with me and I was coping and everything. But it got to me. I mean, imagine if I had already had kids already, what could be happening? I'll probably maybe be a rude mom. I would be shouting at my kids, not giving them attention, and all that. And I'm someone's partner right now. He also needs my attention and everything. So if I cannot balance my love life, if I cannot balance my family life, my work, my health, a lot of things are going to suffer. So this might, I always say my story might not be your story, but somehow there's something that you can take from my story. So that's why I'm actually sharing this, because my experience, that's why I have what we call real talk with intent. So I become as real as possible. So this is the real me telling you about what is happening about me in my life, or the things that I have encountered. So I don't just say anything that I don't know, So you need to start taking care of yourself as a person. If you haven't, or if you're doing it, kudos to you. Keep it that way. If you have a family already, kudos to you. Make sure you give them all the time possible, because, life is too short. Anything can happen to you. Like we are talking right now, we don't know what's going to happen to either me or you tomorrow. Do we know? We don't know. But that's what I'm basically trying to say. So the One Woman Show that is coming up this Saturday, I will be sharing a bit of my life. I will be sharing my business side of things, my design side of things, and obviously we will have 2 people, maybe 2 to 3 people who are gonna win. One is gonna win either something with branding, a corporate branding. So the person will win a logo design, business card design, only designs, not printing, but just the designs. So the logo design, business card designs, letterhead, and your PowerPoint presentation. So that's the first prize that's going to be won on Saturday. The second prize is Hector, the Motivator's book. So Hector is someone who inspires me a lot, and it's someone that I look up to, So one day I decided, I'm going to buy his book. And I felt like, when you've got some inspiration, you need to share. You need to engage with others. So someone is going to win Hector's book, Hector's Experience. So that's the title of the book. So someone's going to go home with that book. And then the biggest prize of all, someone is going to walk away with a website design. So how that works is that I will get to design your website. So you'll just have to register your domain, whether you do it through my company or you have a domain already. So you're going to walk away with a website. And this is not just something that is just going to happen. That's why it's an intimate event. So we're probably going to be less than 20. The target was 20 people, but it's possible that we can probably just be 10. And it's okay. That's the whole purpose of how I want it. But we still have, space available. So you probably know someone who might need such inspiration, such a show in her life, or in his life. So you can actually think of, buying the person the ticket, or actually, bringing them along as well. Whether you buy them, maybe you feel like, no, I think I'm good. I don't need this. I've watched this video, but obviously this is just like 5% of the things that I'm going to share. It's not a lot. I'm just sharing, this is just 5%. there's more that I'm gonna share. So if you feel like you know someone who might need this, the ticket is 350. So you can either do what do you call that? You can do an e-wallet or a cash send or whatever. If paying from to the bank, it can be a bit of a hassle. You can do that. So it's just 350, and obviously you'll get a goodie bag. So I've decided to do such events because, especially such an intimate event, because most of the time you wake up every day and come to an event. You come with the purpose of achieving something, but you go back home the same person. And I want to change things around. Often people think that when you're hosting an event, you need to have, thank you for joining, you need to have a whole lot of people coming in or coming to the event. No. You can have 100 people, but chances are 2 or 5 people are going to walk away with something positive. So that's why I wanted to have an intimate event where, we engage more. And this is going to be recorded as well. Obviously, anyone who feels like they want to share something about their business, engage, that is going to be shared. I love digital marketing, and I'm in a digital space. And I believe that online presence is the best thing. That's why even today we are here. I'm at the comfort of my own home. You're probably in your car driving, but make sure that you're safe if you're driving. Or you at home, or you still at work and you don't have much to do. Or you probably listen through your earphones. That could still be another way. Whichever way, wherever you are, we're reachable. So we are going to have this recorded and published as well. So, because the whole purpose as well is to establish, talents that are out there, brands that are out there, people, because there will be someone who's coming who is also in business and everything. But you don't necessarily have to be in business. You're probably aspiring to be in business. You can still come. You probably want something designed for your brand, but you don't understand, the background of just branding itself. Maybe you need self-motivation or self-development, and you feel like you've tried all the ways possible, but you are lacking something. So we're going to engage about that. We're going to engage about networking. What is it that you say? Can you do an elevator pitch? Can you sell yourself within 30 seconds to people, And can you actually make it work? Can you be that brand? Are you that brand? Because before anything else, I shared a video not so long saying, before you ask yourself the difference between business branding and personal branding, you first need to know that you yourself, you are the brand. That's to start with. You are the brand. So wherever you go, you represent your brand. Whether you're selling socks, whether you're selling jerseys, whether you're selling t-shirts or you're selling cars or whatever, if that's your brand, wherever you go, even if you get to be invited in an event where you are not branded or you're not supposed even to talk about your business, whatever, but when an opportunity comes, you're not going to stop. You will eventually talk about your business. I talk about my business everywhere I go. So there's nothing that I would say that will not link the type of work that I do. It can either be the speaking platform, it can be either be entrepreneur puzzle, it can either be IL designs. So either way. But there's so many ways for one to actually do these things. But yeah, so what's the time? Okay, so we were supposed to do this video for just half an hour, but it went on because I see you guys joining, and thank you so much for still being online. Imelda, Miss Eyes, Madome, Melusi, by the way, she's my mentee. Hi, my baby girl. My mentee, my daughter as well. I've got daughters everywhere. But she knows she has a special place in my heart. So I mentored her. She studies at TUT. And today, the wonderful thing about this is that she even got a letter of, internship from school. So meaning she's soon to graduate. And I've been telling her that, girl, you gotta tell me soon. I can't wait to be in that front row. Bona, I'm even gonna that. And I was telling that to my sister as well. My phone is ringing, guys. So sorry about that, guys. That was my fiance calling. So when the man of the house calls, you have to respond. But so sorry for that. I apologize for that. Because I'm actually recording this through my phone and obviously on my laptop. So yeah, I apologize for that. So I was saying that our recording went a bit longer. It was supposed to be half an hour, but that is still fine. So guys, I think we've shared enough for today. So One Woman Show is not, it's not just about women. When I went to an interview last week, radio interview, so someone said to me that, hey, this looks like it's a women's event. And I was like, it's actually not a women's event. So you're probably thinking that because it's written One Woman Show. I mean, Lee Shimza always has a one man show. So it's everyone. But maybe the branding, but I used branding, like the colors of my brand, the yellow, which is for Entrepreneur Puzzle, and the pink was for IL Designs. So those are my branding colors, and black. So that's fine. But anyway, it's not just a female event. If you're a guy, or if you're a guy and then you feel like you want to come to my event, you're still welcome to come. Those that have attended my event would tell you. So it's not just for guys. And I also believe that, yes, if it's a woman's event, we would specify that, okay, this is a woman's event. But okay, at this point, majority of the people that are coming, it's women. Actually, I don't think I have even a single guy coming as yet, or who has booked. So maybe my branding gave an impression of this being a woman's event only. Hi, Sidiso. So yeah, so One Woman Show, it's still happening, and it's gonna be an intimate event. So it's gonna be this coming Saturday at Plantation Cafe from 10 o'clock until 2. So it's gonna be 4 hours. Are you gonna wake up, guys? Actually, to start with, are you guys coming? So maybe those that were not online at the time. So I mentioned 3 things that you're gonna win when you come to the event. So 3 things that you can win is a website that is fully designed by myself, of course, and Tabi the designer. Or you're gonna win a corporate package where you have a logo, business cards design, letterhead, PowerPoint presentation. So all that branding, the design, not the printing, the design. And you're gonna win yourself Hector Motivator's book as well. So 3 people are gonna walk away with that. So because you guys were with me until this time, it's almost, hi guys, thank you for joining. Thank you for joining, guys. So yeah, that's the ghetto, guys. Is my cousin. We are tied like that. Like, we like that. But anyway, without a waste of time, I just want to thank you guys for joining in. Cause late, I'm actually wrapping up, but it's not a problem. Thank you so much for joining. So because you've been with me, whether you joined in now, lucky you, whether you've been here, you stand a chance to win 2 tickets. You stand a chance to win 2 tickets. So what are we gonna do? for you to win that ticket. You actually don't have to do anything much, but type something now that can actually convince me to know that you actually deserve that ticket, or you actually need that ticket. Because, you know, people like winning things. We love freebies. We love free things. But often enough, you get free stuff, but it's something that you don't even need. But because it's free, you just want to take it. And with this one, it's something very special, because I feel like it needs to be someone who really needs it. You know, remember, this will be about self-development. This will be about branding and design. This will be about entrepreneurship and also networking. So if any of this four is something that you need in your life or in your brand, in your business, then you must start typing now. Say something that will convince me. And I think we've got just about 5 minutes. Okay, it's 5:22, so I'll give you until 5:30 to say something and tell me why you think, you know, you deserve to get that ticket, or if anyone deserves to get that free ticket. So 2 tickets I'm going to give away. So 2, I need just 2 people. Not a lot. I just need 2 people that can type something and convince me that they deserve to actually be at the One Woman Show with your girl, Real Talk with Ntabi. You guys are not typing. Oh, you don't want the ticket, guys. Or somewhere. I mean, that's why we're starting early. So we're starting at 10, and then at 2 o'clock you're done. You can start your day. You can go wherever you want to go with your friends or whatever. So yeah. So I'm waiting, guys. I'm waiting. Guys, I'm waiting. Is it just me, or there's no one online? So, okay. Since there is no response or anything, I think I will just have to wrap this up. What do you guys think? Is that good? But anyway, thank you so much for joining, guys. I really appreciate it. It was a great, not half an hour, actually an hour, because it's 5:24 right now. But yeah, I hope that what I've shared today is something that will actually inspire you to keep either attending my event or following my work, or even coming to this Saturday's event. So those who just joined in, unfortunately you've missed the conversation, but what I just said is, you probably know me, you know my brand, you know what I'm about. You stand to win 2 tickets. So all I need is 2 people. Well, not just 2 people, or just all I need. Okay, I've got 2 tickets to be won. So 2 people get to type in during this live, obviously, to type in whatever message that will convince me that they deserve to get that ticket, and it's actually something that they want. That's all that I'm asking for, you know. So I'm still waiting, guys. I'm waiting. I don't see any comment. So I'm not sure. Maybe this live video thing does not do the things. Who's online? Nomvula, you're online. And you just joined us now, hey? But anyway, Nomvula, you probably know much about me. You follow me after all. So maybe there's something. That's if you're interested in coming to the event on Saturday. So there's probably something that you can say that can convince me otherwise. No one is typing anything. Okay, So it's 5:26, and I think, okay, that's a yes, Nombola. All right. What is okay? If you are interested in coming, then you have to type something that will convince me that you really want this ticket. So, just to give you an overview, not just to you, everyone who's joining. So the Saturday event is not going to be a huge event. This is a more intimate event, engaging event. So all of us will get a chance to engage. We'll get a chance to speak, whatever. So it will probably be 20 or less, probably 10 for that matter. And we're going to make sure that we record this, because you know what? We need to keep things digital nowadays. That's how we brand ourselves. That's how we put ourselves out there. But this is something that is not just going to happen and end there. So we're going to use the digital space to try and engage and obviously grow ourselves as a business and come to think of it, I think I'll add maybe another fourth winning prize under Entrepreneur Puzzle on the online platform, where someone gets to be featured or get some, like an online presence, like a web page where you can market your business, advertise, something like that. But yeah, it's 5:27, and I would like to say this was a really wonderful session. I want to thank each and every one of you who joined in, and I apologize for that pause that I had earlier. I had to answer the phone, but I want to thank each and every one of you who joined in, and I will conclude with what I started with at the beginning. And I said that Maya Angelou once said that people will always forget what you say, but they will never forget how you made them feel. So there's someone in your life who has made you feel good about yourself, who has made you realize certain things. And okay, let's type something, but let me just say this. Okay, let me pause and read Nombola's comment. I have been following you, and I'm on the opinion that the fact that the group is small, it gives one the ability to engage. I admire how you work full time and still business is growing from the stress to stress. I would like to learn how to take my coaching business online. All right, that's a great one, Nombola. That's a great one. You get yourself a ticket. So I'll note that. I'll note that for you. So Nomvula, I'm sure you know my mobile number is 072 445 6881. I will ask you to WhatsApp me as soon as we're done here. Just WhatsApp me, and so that I can get all your details, and I'm gonna need your t-shirt size, all of that. But Nomvola, something that I was sharing was that I actually resigned from my full-time job, and that was recent. My last serving notice was on the 30th of September. I think that was my last day. So I'm now running IL Designs full-time at this point. Will it just be IL Designs? Well, at this point, yes, because my health was affected for a while. So yes, congratulations. So my health was affected, so I had to honestly think about my health and put my health first. And then so I am working on being better, and I feel way better. Like, I feel good, obviously, but I need to take it easy. So now my only focus is on my company, my brand as a whole. So that's what's happening at this point. So yeah, I like what you said about, the small group that we're gonna have, because it's more engaging. Oh, welcome Rakhadi. Okay, so Kiddos Molokwane, Rakhadi Waga, guys. She's an inspiration to me, and obviously the people that are close to my heart, I'll point out. So she's been my inspiration. I'll tell you a little story about her. Before I even, started registering with TUT, which is a story that I'll tell you another time, I went to her graduations and she invited me to come along. I was still in, I think, middle school or maybe high school at the time. Yeah, I think high school. And when she was graduating, I said, Rakhadi, I'm going to follow in your footsteps. And I'm proud to say that I graduated and I did follow in her footsteps, and she still continues to inspire me until today. We recently, launched Chance for Change Youth Seminar at her school. So she's a principal in Rustenburg at Tlokwen at a school called Bukhatsu Primary School. So yeah, I'm inspired and I keep being inspired. People around me inspire me a lot, and I'm grateful for that. So yes, I think we've reached our the end of our very first one woman show, because we've been here for an hour. But obviously you can just catch up on the video. So after I've published it, you can just catch up from where it started until the end. So you're welcome to do that at your own time. But I want to thank each and every one who joined in. And yes, Nomvula, like I said, what you meant about, the intimate part or the small group is that it's more engaging, and that's what I wanted to do. Because often enough, we people come in as they are, and then with the purpose of benefiting something, and then the sad thing is that most people leave the way they came, and that is not something that I want. Each and every day we do events. It's the same thing as being in a business. When you are a designer or when you do business, you don't just do the work for the sake of doing the work and getting money and then done. You're welcome, Nobola. Yes, all right. You don't just do the work for the case of being done, but you do it because there is a greater purpose, and it's something that is great to do, and you need to do it at the best of your ability. So I don't want you coming as you are and leaving as you are. So there's still one more ticket to go. If you are interested and feel like you want to be part of this intimate event, it's going to be like, even if it's like 8 of us, trust me, you're not going to leave the same. You're not going to leave the same, because this one woman show is not called one woman show for no reason. It's a one-on-one. We need to engage and all that. And that's what we're trying to do. And I believe that God has given me the purpose of the work that I'm doing. And with the positive feedback that I've got from people like you guys, all of you guys supporting my work, it's only fair that I get to engage you more and, share more of my knowledge. And obviously get to learn knowledge, like get to know something from you guys. Because as much as I am hosting the event and everything, there's still so much that you can learn from other people. So I look forward to having you this Saturday. But because we are 4 days away, if you're interested in coming to the event, please make sure that you send a text, you WhatsApp me as soon as possible, so that we can sort that out. Because we need to get your t-shirt size ready and your t-shirt ready. So time is running out. If you're still interested in coming on Saturday, please WhatsApp me now on 072 445 6881. Hey, Rebotile, thank you so much for joining, my darling. But unfortunately, and Taone, thank you so much for joining as well. But unfortunately, it's a wrap from today. From today's first online show. It's a wrap. Tell me what you think. Please comment. Tell me what you thought about this engagement. Share your advice, share your thoughts, and yeah, let's continue with it. All right. So until next time, this is goodbye from me, and thank you so much again for joining. I really appreciate it. I do not take it for granted at all. And I love and respect you so much. And I wish you guys nothing but the best. And hope your Monday was super awesome and that you are ready for tomorrow. All right. If you're not, then you're about to get ready. So yeah, do what you have to do. cook if you have to, and all that. But anyway, thank you so much. From your girl, Lebogang Thabise Mokgosi, ngwana o montlenyane wa Motswana, ngwana wa Rre Mokgosi le Mme Mokgosi, ke re ke a leboga. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I'm humbled. I will always say thank you because it's my name. Lebogang is my name. Thabise is my name. So I'll always be grateful, and I'll always make sure that I bring a little bit of happiness in your life with the smile that I have. All right. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it. It's a wrap.